Hey guys, welcome back to HyperTora. I've got my Tokyo treat box here for July. It arrived around about when it normally does, which is really nice. I know the few of the items that are due to be in this box because Tokyo Treat have teased them over their Facebook page, which I follow. So I've actually unfortunately seen a few things which are going to be in this box, but they looked absolutely amazing, which is going to be pretty cool. And before I open this up, I just want to say I've got these t-shirts now, which you can find down in the description if you want to get hold of these. I appreciate anyone who does buy these. They help support the channel with all the different boxes I have to buy to do all these unboxings. So if you'd like one of these, please do go down in the description. There's a $2 off voucher down there as well for until the end of June. But yeah, let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay. So I love the orange on these boxes, they're really nice. But that looks pretty cool, and we've got, the theme for this month is Beach Party, which looks absolutely cool, and that actually fits the heat wave that's going on in the UK right now. It's absolutely boiling. It's luckily starting to cool down here. Probably not as hot as other places, but for the UK it just seems really muggy when it gets very hot here. But let's start off with our little bag here. I'm gonna make sure I open this up on the information page. As usual, because I'm very bad at telling what some things are sometimes, unless I've seen them before. So we got our Dagashi bag, which they put in this kind of nice cellophane packet for us as well. The only bad thing about the Dagashi, there's 4 items there, but they don't actually, because they're random, it doesn't actually tell you what they are inside here. And I'm assuming because they're random, it means not everyone's going to get the same thing. So to start off with, in our Dagashi bag, we've got a little fruit donut. That looks pretty cool. It looks apple flavored by the just looking at it being green. The only other thing that green would mean to me would be melon, but I can't see any melons on the picture there. So that's really nice. They're almost like penny sweets, but not so much penny. There seems to be 5 items in here rather than 4, but that doesn't matter so much. So that's a nice start there. I love the gummies. Then we've got, it feels like they're going to be kind of biscuity things on the inside. There's different animals. There's people on the front. It looks like mochi making on the front, but it's definitely not mochi in there, and there's different animals on the back. So that'll be interesting. That'll be something I'll have to open up to see what's inside that. I can't easily tell what's in there. I don't know why this says 4 random Dagashi snacks when the actual thing in brackets, it's 4 Dagashi and 1 Umaibo. I'm always forgetting that. We have some, I don't know if I can pronounce that, HyperTora. That usually, it's got fish on it, so that's going to be fishy. Sometimes you get things like this, they're a squid as well. We got some sour lemon kind of chew things. These are normally little sour balls. I think they're like chewy in the center. They're almost like gum. They're pretty cool. We've had these a few times before. There's nothing new there. And then we've got our Umaibo. These are, we get these in almost every Japanese box we get nowadays. And you find them in a lot of Clora vending machines and stuff in Japan, but you're playing with like pickups, any game which has food in sometimes has loads of these in. They're really cheap and nice, easy to get hold of. They're like giant Wotsits, which is pretty funky. But yeah, that's that one. We can go on to the main items now. So we have what looks like shrimp rice crackers. They almost look like Rice Krispie cakes there, and they've got a shrimp on them, so I'm assuming they're shrimp flavored. So yeah, savory shrimp rice crackers. These are from the regular box. Dagashi, so that's a really nice item. We don't tend to get too many rice crackers in this box very often. We have some chocolate. I love how they've designed the bag on this, so that you've got the bear in a kind of transparent window there to make it up with the chocolate. This is a regular item, so these are chocolate barley puffs. Whenever I see these, I always think of chocolate raisins or chocolate peanuts, but these actually have barley on the inside. They're a bit like I can't remember what they're called, sugar puffs. Is the closest thing I can think of as a cereal in the UK, coated in chocolate. And they're quite nice actually, considering what they are. Up next, I wonder if this is our DIY candy. It looks like a ice slushy or candy floss style thing. Yeah, so this is our premium item. It says shakeable magic jelly. So that's really cool. So watch the jelly set and foam build with this magical snack. Just add water, shake and stir. So we'll be able to do that. I brought some water with me today so we can play with that. And it's going to be really interesting to shake it up and see what it does. I've never had a DIY candy like that before. We got some savoury, I think, corn-based items here based on the picture. This is from the small box. So this is a crunchy corn snack. A key ingredient for barbecues and other things, but I don't think it's barbecue flavoured there. So that's really nice looking. They're quite nice things just to fill yourself up. Now we got another item that they teased on Facebook. We got some kind of Pikachu puffed chocolate snacks. So these are actually shaped like Pikachu heads, as you can see there, and the box is really nice. It's designed to be a bit like a Pokeball on the side there. So that's funky. Then we have, this looks like melon soda float from just experience of what I've had in Japan. A green drink is usually melon. When it's got ice cream on the top, it's a float. Yeah, so it's melon cream soda candy. So the cream probably being the ice cream. And they've got some information about it. Yeah, it's melon soda with ice cream. That's really nice. They're going to be little balls. They're really hard, so I doubt I'll try these out on camera today because hard candies like this always take me a while to eat or suck or consume them, which ain't so interesting for you guys to watch. But that's a really nice item. It's been a while since I've had a melon ice cream float. And yeah, that was from the small bag as well anyway. Up next we have, I think this is a premium item, so we have a squishy cat. So it says you can knead and stretch your daily worries away with this adorable squishy cat. So there's 5 different versions you can get. I want to actually open this up. It almost looks like a toy that, it doesn't look like it's going to be squishy until you take it out. But yeah, that is, I don't know how to describe that material. It's stretchy. That's really cool. Whenever I feel things like this, I feel like it's going to have some sort of gloop or goo around it. That's pretty funky. For a cat. That's interesting. That's quite a nice small item. The only worst things about these is if you have pets in your house, they tend to pick up cat and dog hair very easily. Next we have, this looks like it's going to be some sort of Immune flavoured, soda flavoured thing. So this is a regular item. It says Awawawa. If I say that, that's a really weird name. Pokeball. So cooled down this summer with super chilling, refreshing candy. So it's soda flavoured, coated in a special fizzy powder. So that's interesting. Sometimes things like this you can almost refrigerate or freeze, but I think this is just meant to be eaten as it is. But we have had similar stuff before which you were able to freeze. We've got some chocolate chip, melon flavoured biscuits. I love melon flavoured things. This is in the regular box. Apparently this is celebrating its 5th anniversary since its release. So that's really nice. Apparently there's extra in here as well because of that. So it's a really nice summer item. Watermelons in Japan are ridiculously expensive, so watermelon flavoured snacks are really nice. What have we got here? This is quite large. This is from the premium box. It's Bourbon Petite Pineapple Biscuits. So that's really nice. We get bourbons and stuff in the UK. I've never seen pineapple bourbons, especially in biscuits. So that's going to be really interesting. I can see the kind of layered inside creamy centre there. So that's going to be something really nice to open up and give a try. And it sounds really refreshing as well with the pineapple. Next up we've got, what was it, One's Bar Chocolate. So this is from the small box. It's salty vanilla chocolate. They look a little bit like Kit Kat bars almost, but I'm not sure if it's just plain chocolate or if it's got a kind of wafery centre. So vanilla beans from Madagascar and rock salt from Lorraine. So that's really interesting to try. I don't think I have too much salted chocolate very often. So that's a different experience to what we have in the UK. Here's another item that they teased on Facebook. It's we got some Pocky coconut chocolate flavoured, which is really nice. I've never tried this version of Pocky before, and I think it's going to be really nice to have some coconut on that. I'm one of those people that actually like bounties and stuff, so it's going to be really nice to have some Pocky with some, I suppose, a little bit of extra fibre or something in them, because normally your Pocky is just coated in chocolate. It's very straightforward. That makes it feel more like a meal for me, I think. And this is a premium item from the premium box. And then lastly in here, we have our the other item that they teased on Facebook, if you look on their Facebook page, is Fanta. It's our drink for the month. It's kiwi flavoured with extra vitamin E. This is something I've never tried in all my travels to Japan, which is going to be really interesting to try out. We get kiwis in the UK. I've had kiwis. I've never tried a kiwi drink, and certainly not Fanta and kiwi. So that's going to be a really nice item to open up and give a go. I'm really looking forward to this. I think of all the items they teased, this is the one I was looking forward to. But yeah, that's everything that's inside that box. There, and then we've got information here, especially about how to make your DIY candy, which is the nice thing about Tokyo Treat that I haven't had in the other Japanese box I get, is the fact that they give you some English instructions, because trying to work out what to do from the back there, while there's pictures, can be a little bit confusing if you're not used to Japanese. So I'm going to try some of these out. I'm going to do the DIY first. I want to give the Fanta and everything else a go as well. But let's do this DIY, because I know a lot of you are interested in finding out how these DIY candies go. And this is a DIY I've never done before. I've never done, it's got powder as usual, but I've never done one where I've had to shake it up in a little container. So this is relatively interesting and new. So inside it we've got our little cup, which I think we have to shake this up in, and it seems like we've got a straw as well. Which I love. Looks like an extendable straw. It looks like the ones you stab into some drinks. And then we got two powders, 1 and 2, two different colours. One's slightly more purple and one's quite white. So, looking at this, we pour the powder marked 1 into the cup, fill the lid with water up to the line. So I'm assuming that's just there's no real line in there other than the kind of level point. Put it, oh, that wasn't good to shake up. Put it in here, shake it up, then we add the second container and the second powder, and then add some more water, and then stir, I think, without shaking. So let's give this a go. So we need powder 1 first. Yeah, it's always like icing sugar almost. So we want that into the cup here. Try not to get too much on the table. And then we want to fill this up with some water. Alright. To the line, which to me is around about there. I'm hoping that's enough. And then we want to pour 2 lidfuls of water. I'm glad I reread that. So yeah, pour powder marked 1 into the cup, fill lid with water up to the line, and pour 2 lidfuls of water. So I'm glad I reread that. So that's in there now. Let's put a little bit of water on the table there. And I'll put the lid back on that before I knock it over. So we want to put the lid on. It says, making sure the lid is tightly sealed. Use both hands to shake the container approximately 50 times, and then wait for about 30 seconds. I've covered this table in water already. Okay, so I'm hoping this isn't going to go everywhere. Oh, that's like a jelly in there. That's going very solid. I can see where it says use 2 hands for this. Oh, that's difficult to mix. Oh, it looks like something's exploded in there with the jelly. Okay, I think that might be sort of enough. It's all stuck around the outside of the cup in there. So now we want to carefully open that up. That's quite goopy and unusual. We want to pour this in, which is sachet number 2. So carefully remove the lid, add the powder marked 2 into the container. Using the lid once again, pour a lid full of water. So I'll pour that in there. I'm assuming this is going to add off foam, and it wants a lid full of water again. Which is going to be interesting because there's a load of jelly in our lid still. So I can't quite see where the line of that is. But we'll pour that in. It looks about a lid full. And then, now we got that in there, we want to use the straw. Carefully stir it about 50 times. I don't know why the number 50 is using that. Carefully stir and allowing for the foam to build. That's really cool. That's okay, so that's foaming up now. We've got the jelly on the bottom and then the foam on the top. Now this looks like it's meant to come all the way to the top of the cup. I don't know if it's because I've not added enough water in some respects, or because half of it's stuck to the lid. So maybe when I shook it, I should have maybe done it kind of side to side without shaking it up over the lid too much. Well, I don't think it's going to get too much more foamy than it is. It is going up slowly, which is quite interesting. It's pulling the jelly off the side at the same time. But I think that's about as far as I'm going to get out of that. So we got a nice straw and a kind of nice layer of foam on the top there. It smells a little bit grapey, which is, I love the grape flavour. Melon and grape are my favourite flavours from Japan. So let's give it a go. The foam is quite difficult to suck up. So much air in it, but let's see if I can get some of the jelly. Oh, that's almost sour. I think there might have been some powder at the bottom. That's interesting. So the jelly mixed with some of the powder tastes very sour, which is very interesting. I think it's grape flavoured. It's a bit hard to tell with the foam and the souriness. But that's a really nice DIY candy. So you can see the jelly at the bottom there with the foam on the top. So that's really nice. That's a different kind of DIY than what we've had before. But yeah, let's try some of the other things that are in here. I want to give the founder a go. I'm going to have to be very careful because I dropped this a minute ago. So I'm hoping this isn't going to go everywhere. It seems alright. So, definitely smells like kiwi, which is almost reminds me of the stalks of strawberries as well. But yeah, let's give this a go. That's really interesting. It's not as fizzy as I thought it was going to be. There is a little bit of fizz there, but it's not like a massively fizzy drink. It's very light. With it, it's kind of the hint of kiwi. You can almost taste a bit more like the bit of the kiwi that's very close to the skin. It tastes a bit more greeny, if that's a way of describing it, than the actual main part of the fruit in the centre itself. And that's really interesting. That's really refreshing as well, which is quite nice. I do want to try these pineapple things and a few of these other things that we haven't had before. It's worth opening this up as well, I think, because I have no clue what's inside this packaging. Here, so what have we got? They look like kind of puffed wafer style things. There's lots of them in there. I'm assuming this might be soy sauce flavoured. Just from the smell. But yeah, they're definitely some sort of puff candy. I'm not sure, not candy, savoury snack. I'm not sure what kind of thing that's from, but that's really nice. I think that is a kind of soyish flavoured snack. Let's try the pineapple candy next. Pineapple biscuits. Smell of pineapple. There, so we've got our pineapple Bourbon style cream in the centre. There. So that's definitely got a strong taste of pineapple. It tastes like I've definitely put a chunk of pineapple in my mouth. It tastes quite fresh. That's really nice, actually. Better than I was expecting. That's I love bourbons, so I think these kind of biscuits are really nice. I'll open this chocolate up. It's Mato, which is a brand I don't think I've had before. At least not from what I can remember. And the nice thing is it looks like it's individually packaged, so I'm not going to ruin all the chocolate by opening this up. So that's really interesting. So it's a small bar. I can definitely smell the vanilla. That's really strong vanilla on there. That's a really nice bar of chocolate. It's like eating, I suppose it's white chocolate, but it's got extra vanilla in there. It's really nice. And it's a solid bar in the centre. So it's not like a wafer or a Kit Kat style thing from what I thought it might be from the shape. It's just a solid piece of chocolate. That's really nice. I love vanilla. So that's it's like having a really nice vanilla ice cream. It's been turned into chocolate, or a chocolate vanilla ice cream. So that's a really nice item. I love all the sweet things that come in these boxes. They're my favourite items usually, because I have quite a sweet tooth compared to my kind of sitting there eating savoury things. This is always going to be interesting. I give this a week before it gets. I have to put it somewhere out of the way before it gets covered in stuff, because these tend to attract. Luckily, it's not too sticky, but they tend to attract so much dirt and grime. What else do I want to try? I'll open the Pikachu style things, if I can find. There it is. Find the opening. Oh, it looks like we have a little card that comes in this as well. So if I can, anything with these, I wish they made them a little bit easier to open up. Hoping I didn't just cut the sticker of the card. There, I'm assuming it's a sticker, because I think that's what we normally get. So that's really cool. I don't know if I can pronounce that Pokemon. Kitagurama. You can probably correct me down below. This is obviously from one of the newer generations. So I haven't watched the newer generations of Pokemon in a long time. My childhood is very much the original 150, 151. And then a few of the extra earlier films with like Lugia and some of the other legendaries in there, the unknowns. I think at that point I grew up a little bit. I still love Pokemon, but I stopped watching it regularly, like some people do. But yeah, let's see what these Pokemon candies look like. I'm assuming they're going to be like a lot of the puff candy we've had before, but it's chocolate, so I'm not expecting too much different from these in taste or anything, other than just the fact that they're shaped like Pikachus, which is really interesting. And I love how they've angled the ears back slightly. If you look at it from the side on, it's not just a flat candy. They've tried to make the ears go back to give it some sort of three-dimensional shaping there. And they're definitely chocolate flavoured as well. And they have, I always find these puff candies have a very distinct taste from the, I don't know if it's a kind of the wheat or the barley or whatever they're puffing. I don't know if it's like a sugar or something they add. It has a very distinct taste to it, which I find between like all the vanilla and sort of unflavoured and the chocolate flavour, they all have that kind of distinct aftertaste with them. I think we've had watermelon biscuits before, so I'm not going to open these up. And got chocolate chips in them as well to sort of represent the seeds. I'm looking forward to eating these, but I want to save these for another day because I think they're going to be really nice, and I think I've had them before. These are hard candies as well, just like this. I will open it up so you guys can see what they look like. But it will take me way too long to eat one of these on camera. But they're hard candy, little balls. You can see where they've been made in that kind of mold there and joined. And you can smell the ice cream float for the melon. You can smell the melon and the ice cream in that, which is really nice. And if you go to Japan at any point, you can actually get melon soda float in McDonald's. I think I was just after melon soda, but it ended up being in a float because it's the one thing I could point to last time I went to Japan because they had a photo of it. I don't really know how to get melon soda without it. Even if they do melon soda without it, but even with a float, it's really nice, melon soda cream. But I think that, yeah, that's everything I want to open up. I want to maybe open the Pocky up really quickly, so you guys can see the difference between them. I won't eat them, but you can see through the packaging there really nicely. It's your usual Pocky with chocolate on it, but they've actually kind of rolled it in coconut, which is, I think, adding a little bit more substance to the Pocky, which is a nice change. There, and there's 2 packs inside this box. But yeah, that's everything from this box. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please do comment down below and let me know what your favourite item from this box was. I'm always interested in finding out what you guys thought was the most interesting. I'm obviously loving the kiwi, and I think the chocolate and the pineapple are pretty funky. I'm looking forward to the watermelon as well. I don't really see anything in this box that I would hate. I think these are the least likely thing I'll probably eat very quickly because they're very fishy. But I will definitely eventually eat these. But the rest of the stuff, it is all pretty cool. I mean, yeah, some of the fishy stuff, I do eat it, but I maybe save them a little bit longer and don't eat them straight away. But everything here is really nice. So it's been a really nice box actually for the month of July. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment again. Please do hit that like button in the bottom corner if you enjoyed watching the video. And please do hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more unboxing videos. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.